I'm 25 and I have over 6 figures invested in the stock market. Now the process seems super straightforward to me, but it wasn't that long ago that I was a 19-year-old college student nervous to invest her first $100 and wanted someone to hold her hand through the process. In this video, I'm going to be that person holding your hand through step by step how to invest your first $100. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited for today's video where I am actually going to walk you through step by step how to invest your first $100. Like I said, I too was super nervous to start investing. I didn't really know what the stock market was. I didn't know if I was going to lose all of my money. My boyfriend at the time, when I was 19 years old, he actually set up my very first investment account for me. He had me deposit the money and then he placed my very first investment for me. And it was so nice to have someone to literally walk me through the process and hold my hand, but I know not everyone has a finance bro boyfriend, so that's what I'm going to be for you in today's video, so let's get into it. To start investing, you need 3 things. You need an investment account provider, so which website or which app are you logging into in order to invest your money? You need to open an investment account, and in order to do that, you need to choose an account type. And then finally, once you have an account provider, you've chosen an account type and you've opened your account, you need to choose your investment, so you need to actually invest your money into the stock market. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do all 3, but before we get into it, just a quick little disclaimer that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm only sharing some things that helped me when I first started investing, but this is not me telling you which investment account to open or what to actually invest your money in. Like I said, the very first step to investing your first $100 is choosing your account provider. And for the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to show you 2 different account provider options just to show you how the process works at 2 different account providers. And I'll give you some of the differences between the 2 when we start talking about choosing your investment. Let me just say, when it comes to choosing your account provider, there are honestly so many great options out there. And a lot of the accounts generally have the same features and do the same thing. You have some of the more legacy account providers. So these are the providers that have been around for the longest time. Think like Vanguard, Fidelity, Charles Schwab. I personally have some of my investment accounts open at Charles Schwab, and the reason for that is because I opened them with TD Ameritrade, and then Schwab bought TD Ameritrade, so they just automatically transferred over to Schwab, and it's totally fine. Then you have some of the newer investment platforms. Think like SoFi, Public, Betterment, Robinhood. In my opinion, and again, this is just my opinion, but a lot of the more legacy carriers, they honestly don't have the best UI, and they kind of just make the process a little bit more confusing than it needs to be. If you are interested in starting to invest at a provider like Vanguard or Fidelity, there's a ton of YouTube videos out there to walk you through the process. But for this video, the 2 programs that I'm going to be using are public.com and Betterment. So if you are looking to open an account, I would recommend watching this video all the way through so that you can decide which option is best for you. And then I do have referrals for both platforms in the description of this video if you want to check that out. The next step after choosing an account provider is to open your investment account, and in order to do that, you need to choose an account type, because when you go to open your investment account, you're going to have a ton of options for which account type you can open, and this is where you need to figure out which investment account is right for your specific goals. In this video, I'm not going to go through all of the different account options, and I'm definitely not going to try to tell you which account is best for you. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to choose a Roth IRA as the account type to open, because that's the investment account that I personally started investing in, and that's the account type that a lot of people typically start investing in. At a super high level, essentially a Roth IRA is a retirement investing account. IRA stands for individual retirement account, but you can open it up on your own. You don't need your employer to open it up for you like a 401k. The IRS likes to incentivize people to invest for their retirement, so there's a lot of tax advantages inside of the account, which is why this account is the one that generally people start with. You could do your own research on all of the different requirements for investing inside of a Roth IRA, but at a super high level, you have to have earned income in the year that you contribute. If you invest $3,000 in 2025, you have to have earned at least $3,000 in the year 2025. There's also an income limit, so if you make more than $150,000 in 2025 as a single filer, you generally aren't eligible to contribute to the account. And then the last thing to know is that the contribution limit for tax year 2025 is $7,000 for people under the age of 50. So if you're under the age of 50, you can't invest more than $7,000 inside of your Roth IRA this year. So if you want to invest more on top of that $7,000, you would have to open up another investment account in order to do that. When I first started investing, what made me feel comfortable investing inside of a Roth IRA was learning that I would always have access to pulling out my contributions if necessary without paying a penalty. So when I was 19 and my boyfriend at the time told me to open up a retirement Betterment account. I was a little skeptical of locking up my money all the way from the age of 19 up until retirement. That felt like such a long time. But he explained to me that one good thing about the Roth IRA was that if I contributed $500 and that $500 grew to $600, if in a couple years I needed that $500 for something and I needed to pull it out of the account, I could pull out my contributions, my $500 without paying a penalty. I just couldn't pull out that additional $100 because that's the gains inside of the account. I can only pull out what I physically contributed without a penalty. First, I'm gonna walk through how to open a Roth IRA on public.com, and then I'll also show you how the process works on Betterment. So when we click into public, you're gonna hit create account. Right when you open the app, it prompts you to put in some of your personal information, like your phone number, your email, you set a password. It has you put in your full name, your date of birth, and then I also put in that I'm filing single and I have 0 dependents. We'll hit none of these apply. My employment status is employed. Put in your employer and your job title. You'll finish that account setup, including putting in your social security number and all of that. And then you'll come to this screen where it says select an account type. I'm choosing cash account. Generally, this is totally fine for beginners. I don't do any type of margin trading, options trading, any of that. So choosing cash account and then hitting next. Accept the terms and conditions. Now you can put in some of your investment goals. So I'm putting in growth. You can put in your investing experience, your annual income, your estimated net worth, total cash value and liquid investments. So it's just asking you some personal questions here. Your investing interest. So I'm hitting ETFs, IRA. You can do high yield cash account if you're looking for a high yield savings account. I'm just gonna do ETFs and IRA. You'll need to link your bank account because obviously you need to deposit the funds from somewhere. I linked my checking account, and then this is what the home screen of public.com looks like. I'm showing you on my phone so that you can see what the mobile version looks like. You can obviously do this on your desktop as well by just logging into either one of these websites. So most of us in 2025 like to do things from our phones. So I'm showing you the mobile app. Once you create your account with public.com, it automatically opens you a brokerage account. But if you click on these 3 little lines, it says retirement account, so you can open up an IRA here too. So if you do decide that a Roth IRA is the account that you want to, you can click on this button and you can open a Roth IRA by clicking here. You would click this next button and again, answer all of the questions. It'll ask you for some personal information again, and that will allow you to open up the Roth IRA. Now I'm gonna show you how to repeat that same process with Betterment. I already have a Betterment account, so it's not going to prompt me to start from scratch, but that process of going through and putting in all of your personal information, like your date of birth and social security number and all of that, that's going to look exactly the same on Betterment. When you get into your Betterment account, this is what the home screen looks like. You can see I already have accounts with Betterment, but again, you can click on these 3 buttons and click add account. And all of these options are going to come up here. Again, if you want to open a Roth IRA, you can click on IRA and then continue through answering all of the questions by choosing Roth IRA, entering in all of your personal information in there. So as you can see on both account providers, it is super simple to open an account. It takes less than 5 minutes. You're not done because now that the investment accounts are open, you have to actually deposit the money and then invest the money. So I'll show you how to do that with both investment providers as well. As for choosing an investment and physically placing your investment inside of both of these account providers, this is where I am again going to plug that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I am going to share some resources that helped me learn when I was first starting to invest my money. Growing up, I always thought about investing as picking stocks and trading stocks and buying them and selling them and knowing which stocks to pick, and that really overwhelmed me and honestly stopped me from investing even sooner because it just wasn't something that I thought I could effectively do. When I was 19, I read the book The Simple Path to Wealth, which I highly recommend anyone who's just getting started investing reads this book. It does such a great job of talking about stock market fundamentals and why the stock market goes up over the long term. And it just made me feel way more comfortable starting to invest my money because I really understood what I was doing. The book shows you how to invest your money in a way that is super simple, does not require you to trade individual stocks, and helps you build a diversified portfolio in a super simple way so that you're generally covered from a stock market perspective. Like, you don't need to pick which stocks are going to win over the long term. Your portfolio is diversified and has you covered. The author author of the book talks about how you can generally just buy one, maybe two broad market index funds and keep buying and buying and buying, and you're generally good to go. So that's the approach that I'm generally going to be following when I'm showing you example investments for the purpose of this video. Now, I said at the beginning of this video that the reason why I'm showing you two different account providers is because one, I want you to see how this process works through two different account providers so you can see how simple it is on different platforms. But the two platforms also have different ways that you can go about investing, and I wanted to show you both of those options as well. On public.com, I'm going to show you how to do a more like kind of do-it-yourself investing strategy where you're actually going in and you're choosing the ETF or the stock that you want to purchase. And then on Betterment, they're more of a robo-advisor, so I'm going to show you how to do that as well. And a robo-advisor essentially means you choose your investing goals, you tell them what your goals are, and then you kind of just deposit the money and they do it for you, which is really nice. So I'm going to show you both options and then you can make the best choice as to what is right for you. Here we are back in my public account, and I'm going to show you how to deposit your money and then also place your investment in here. First, you're going to hit trade, and you can see that I don't have any money deposited in my account to invest. So first, you've got to deposit your money. We're going to click deposit, and then from your checking account, the to account, you're going to want to click on that. And if you did open a Roth IRA, because that's the account that you want to invest in, then you would click brokerage and you would see all of your different accounts that you have opened, and you can click on Roth IRA again if that's what you want to invest your money in. Then you're going to put in the amount that you want to invest. So I'm going to do $100 next and confirm. As you can see, even though the money isn't going to like physically go into your account immediately, you can start investing your money immediately, which is really nice. You can click done here. And then now you can see you have $100 inside of your account, so let's invest it. You can hit trade again. Under invest, I'm going to hit ETF because again, we're going with the kind of like broad stock market index fund approach. I personally invest in ETFs instead of index funds. I won't get into like all of the minute differences between index funds and ETFs in this video, but I like to invest in ETFs. It's going to list some popular ETFs, which is really nice. And I'm going to scroll down to the Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF, or VTI is the ticker symbol. So essentially this is an ETF, meaning it's one fund that you buy. You only have to buy one thing. And when you buy this one thing, you're going to get access to the entire US stock market. I personally buy both VTI and VT, which VT is the total world stock market version of that. So I buy two funds and I am generally diversified between the US stock market and the world stock market. We're going to hit buy. Once you click buy, it's going to automatically default to the number of shares. So as you can see, the market price for one share is $298, which you only have $100 to invest. So if you hit shares, it'll toggle over to dollars, and now you can buy $100 worth of shares of VTI. So you can put in 100, review order. You can see that you bought 0.33 shares of VTI and hit place order. And all of a sudden you have officially invested your first $100. Now I'm going to show you how this process works on Betterment. Here I am again on my home screen. You're going to see all of your accounts listed here, and you're going to want to click into the account that you want to set up the recurring investment. Like I said, Betterment is more of a robo-advisor, which means that all you have to do is deposit your money and it sets up a portfolio for you based on your investing goals. So if you did open a Roth IRA account, you would click on retirement and open your Roth IRA. This is the screen that it takes you to, and you're going to click on set up a recurring transaction. What I really like about this option is, again, you can set up your recurring transaction so that every single month, however much money you want to, let's say it is $100 will go from your checking account into your investing account, and then it'll automatically invest it for you. To go from your checking account to the investment account that you want it to go to, you can set the frequency, so you could do it monthly, you could do it weekly, you can set the day of the month, and then you're going to set the amount. So again, we're going to do $100, review recurring transaction, confirm, and now your deposit has been submitted. Every month, $100 will go from your checking account into your investing account. Now let's take a look at what my Betterment portfolio is invested into, because again, when I set up my account, I set all of my investing goals, and then it created a portfolio for me that's based on my age, my goals, all of that. It shows you your projected balance. So if I kept that $100 recurring monthly transaction over the next 30 or so years, this is how much I would be projected to have in my account. And then if I keep scrolling down, it will show me my portfolio, which again, it built for me. I don't have to invest my money. It just did it all for me. I can click see portfolio details. You can see overall the portfolio is invested into 90% stocks and 10% bonds, which the general rule of thumb is that as you inch closer to retirement, your portfolio should start gaining a higher percentage in bonds versus stocks. So that asset class kind of changes a little bit. And what's nice about a robo-advisor is that they do that all for you. If I click on see portfolio details, it will show me all of the different stocks and bonds that my portfolio is invested into, and it'll show me the percentages. So that VTI that we chose in the other portfolio, that makes up 32% of this portfolio, but it also has some other ETFs in here as well. So again, it just depends on what you're looking for. If you want someone else to handle it for you and you just want to deposit your money every single month and forget about it, you would go with a robo-advisor. I believe Betterment is $4 a month. So you are paying a little bit of money, but you don't have to invest your money. You don't have to worry about rebalancing your portfolio, any of that. Or if you want to invest your money on your own, I wanted to show you the public.com option as well. And that is literally it. Either of those two options will get you to the same goal of investing your first $100. I wanted to make this video to walk you through this process step by step, hold your hand through the process, because it can be confusing and overwhelming at first if you don't know what you're doing, you've never done this before. But as you can see, it is a lot more straightforward than a lot of people make it out to be. Again, I'll leave the referrals for both of these platforms in the description of this video if you want to open your first investment account or learn more. But if you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you liked and subscribed, and thanks for following along to my channel.